A very good evening. Much thanks for joining us here on the broadcast. The time is exactly 8:57 p.m. East African time. I am Nelima and our sign language interpreter tonight is Josephine Ouko. A lot happening here in the 254, and of course we've got you covered on all the stories and the corridors of justice to politics and of course a lot of sporting action. Before we get into the business, here are our top stories. Tonight on Look Up News, a 12-member tribunal investigating Justice Said Chitembwe recommends his removal from office. MPs from Raila's backyard meet President William Ruto. Over 5,000 dead in Turkey, Syria quake. And the Kenya Lioness rugby player Grace Odhiambo joins Japanese club side on a 6-month deal. Once more, welcome to the broadcast. The hashtag is #LookUpNews. Do let us know where you're watching us from, and you can catch this live broadcast across all our social media platforms where we are at Look Up TV on Twitter, Facebook, and on our YouTube channel. And we begin. The tribunal investigating the conduct of Judge Said Chitembwe has recommended his removal from office. The tribunal was appointed by the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, after Judicial Service Commission, JSC, asked for the need to investigate the conduct of the judge after video evidence linking him to corruption. Shadrach Kareria with that story.
Justice Chitembwe's judicial career has faced a major blow that is threatening to mark the end of it.
Transparency International, whatever they do.
This is after Judge Mombi Ngugi-led task force made a recommendation to President William Ruto, recommending the removal from office of the controversial judge. Chitembwe's tribulation began in November 2021 after the former Nairobi Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko released a series of secretly recorded videos linking the judge to bribery, extortion and a great violation of the Judicial Code of Conduct. The Judicial Service Commission JSC considered a petition by Sonko and wrote to the former President Uhuru Kenyatta recommending that he establishes a tribunal to probe Chitembwe's conduct with a view of removing him from office. According to Article 168 of the Kenyan Constitution, the judge can be removed from office if he is unable to perform the functions of the office arising from mental or physical incapacity, if he breaches the code of conduct prescribed for judges of the Superior Court by the Act of Parliament, bankruptcy, if he is incompetent, or gross misconduct or misbehavior. Chitembwe has a chance of 10 days to challenge the decision of the tribunal at the Supreme Court. Should he not challenge or should he not succeed in petition, then he will be removed from office, bringing to an end of his eventful career. Shadrach Kareria, Look Up TV.
And away from that, President William Ruto has reassured Kenyans of his commitment to work with leaders from different political divides and unite Kenyans. Ruto said this after meeting with ODM leaders from Nyanza region at a time when the opposition is quickly picking up.
As the Azimio Brigade continue with their rally plans across the country, President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua have today convened a meeting with ODM leaders at State House, Nairobi. The meeting sought to review the progress of different developmental projects that the head of state recently unveiled in Homa Bay, Kisumu and Siaya counties early last month during his first visit to the region. Ruto has reiterated his commitment in uniting Kenyans while praising the MPs for working closely with his administration. Through his Twitter account, Lang'ata MP Felix Oduor has highlighted that the meeting addressed the progress of affordable housing project recently launched in his constituency by the president. Sam Yedika, Look Up TV.
Yedika for that story. Now, beyond our borders, at least 5,000 people are reported to have lost their lives following an earthquake in the Turkish city of Gaziantep, with more than 20,000 others seriously injured in the 7.8 magnitude incident. And as Ian Keitani now reports.
The 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck on Monday in the city of Gaziantep in Turkey, with its aftermath felt 11 miles away in 4 different countries, including Egypt, Jordan, and Lebanon, according to a U.S. Geological Survey. More than 5,000 people have been reported dead as rescue efforts continue, with more than 7,000 others rescued. However, more than 20,000 people have been injured and they continue to receive treatment at different facilities. Turkey President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has announced 7 days of mourning following the incident, promising that his government will do all within its power to help the affected families. According to the World Health Organization, the number of the dead could rise even further as such operations continue. Various world leaders expressed their empathy through their social media accounts following the incident, with US President Joe Biden assuring the affected of full support from his government. The United Nations and African Union Secretary Generals Antonio Guterres and Musa Faki Mahamat also expressed their concerns, with both bodies ready to provide support on rescue operations. A similar incident also occurred in Turkey in 1999, when an earthquake of magnitude 7.4 striking the country, leaving over 17,000 people dead and over 250,000 homeless. Various bodies are helping with rescue activities in Turkey, with food aid from different countries. However, some roads remain impassable due to the effects of the incident. Ian Keitani, Look Up TV.
Moving on, Matatu Owners Association has condemned the directive by Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki that announced a major crackdown on rogue matatus in the country. MOA says while it appreciates that the sector needs cleaning up, it is alarmed that the government went forward to issue far-reaching directive without involving key stakeholders. And as our reporter Henry Tenden now filed, MOA insists the directive by CS Kindiki will only enhance bribery, much to the suffering of actors in the industry.
Recent statement by Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki that the government is planning to rein in on rogue matatu operators is not sitting well with Matatu Owners Association leadership.
The government should work with stakeholders to find a diplomatic solution to the nation's problems instead of attacking its players. We as MOA encourage collaboration with important stakeholders to explore and establish public benefiting conclusions. And this should be considered before issuing any public transport directive.
While the association reiterates its commitment to efforts aimed at bringing sanity in an industry that employs thousands of Kenyans, it is equally concerned it was sidelined in the directives issued by the CS.
As an organization, we are adamant that the government consults with all essential stakeholders to ensure the success of road safety campaign.
The matatu industry maintains to achieve full adherence to rules and regulations governing the sector. Traffic officers synonymous with collecting bribes must reform instead of only punishing the operators.
We believe we should be given time before any laws are enacted. It is worth noting that each directive, and we all know, encourages law enforcers to solicit bribes. We need to ensure that the public officials are held accountable for their action and that there is a transparent system for monitoring and enforcing anti-corruption laws.
Additionally, MOA is now concerned that unlicensed private vehicles are actively operating as matatus. This breach of law, it says, is slowly but surely crippling the matatu industry.
What has been done about the private vehicles operating as PSVs? It is important to highlight that these vehicles compete directly with the matatu business, making it almost impossible for a matatu investor to thrive in a country that is already struggling economically.
While underscoring the need for all stakeholders to be involved in key decisions affecting the matatu sector, more leadership says it is ready for dialogue to streamline the matatu industry for sustained public transport. Even as the sector remains crucial to the economy of the country, there is a general consensus that some changes are needed to weed out indiscipline and bring in professionalism. This even as the Matatu Owners Association heads maintain such changes must be diplomatic and must involve all stakeholders to ensure no side is left disenfranchised. Henry Tende, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Henry Tende, for that detailed coverage. Moving on, the chairman of the Special Committee for Achieving Change in the Police Department, David Maraga, has now pushed for the strengthening of the construction of police officers' houses. Gladys Macharia has more details.
The Special Tribunal on Police Reforms has reiterated the need to strengthen the need for good infrastructure for police officers in the country to deal with poor housing and the problem of housing shortage. The former Chief Judge David Maraga, who is the apex of the tribunal, has said that some of the police houses are still in the dehumanizing state and pressure for the construction of modern houses.
We are very impressed. We have seen these 2 blocks that you have seen here. They have bed sitters, they have 2 bedrooms, they have 3 bedrooms. Looking at them, the plan is fantastic. Even the officers we have talked with here are very happy only if they could be completed. No, what we are told is that the contractor moved out because he was not paid. So, we are going to make our own recommendations, but even from top of my head, it goes without saying that what it requires to be done is just to put money there and complete them.
Maraga spoke this after visiting the Shimo-Latewa prison, Mombasa County, where he also stressed on protecting the land where the prison sits. Gladys Macharia, Look Up TV.
Thank you, Gladys Macharia. That story takes us to a very fast break here on the program, but do not go too far. We have so much more on the other side, including a lot of sporting action.
Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution or a university and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Look Up TV and all our digital platforms. Call us today on 011 0430 158, 011 0430 158 or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
It's all about trying out fresh meals. As you know, your health comes first. Experience a tasty and sweet aroma in your kitchen today. It's not just about cooking, but also having fun, interesting conversations, keeping it professional, and not forgetting refreshing moments.
Oh, let me tell you, mine is gonna be oh.
The Cook-Off with Alex Karani, coming soon on Look Up TV.
Revival Sanctuary School is open for 2023 admission. We offer CBC classes from playgroup, PP1, PP2, grade 1 to 6, and the 844 curriculum from standard 7 to 8. Do not miss out the opportunity. Create the best future for your child today. Revival Sanctuary School prepares and strive to excel.
What's that?
Na hili ndilo ombi langu kubwa kwako. Nahitaji kumuona.
Hii ni riwaya familia mbili kutoka Tanga, Tanzania.
Mama, taishi na hali ya maskini mpaka lini?
Mwanangu, siseme hivyo. Hakuna mtu aliyeandikiwa kuwa maskini.
Adam!
I'm pregnant.
Na Mombasa, Kenya.
Jamal, sina zungumza na wewe.
You're just a maid tu wewe.
Sawa, mimi ni maid. Lakini nina heshima zangu na wala si dutu.
I don't know why I was telling you about this business. Tuna haki ya kujua kama familia ama hatuna?
What nomenclature do they give such a beautiful angel missing in heaven? It happens that I like Malik's daughter. I'm not a flat, I'm a realist.
Kutana naye Daudi Michael, Queen Mwangi, Tekla Mjata, Ruth Maingi na Yusuf Ali. Nira.
The hashtag is Look Up News. I'm Nancy Nelima, and our sign language interpreter for tonight is Josephine Oko. A 12-year-old boy who has been the sole breadwinner of his family in Embu County has received education and medical assistance after a long struggle to survive for over 6 years. The Embu County Women Representative Njoki Njeru has offered to help Fundi together with his 2 brothers and their 80-year-old grandmother. Abigail Shearer now reports.
The first site of this homestead in Gishagi village, Ndori sub-location of Runyenjes constituency in Embu County. For 6 years of surviving as orphans, these young boys aged 9, 10 and 12 years respectively have been under the care of their 80-year-old ailing grandmother.
Watoto wamekula sinda sana wakiwa na susu hapa kutoka mama yao alikufa waliachwa na susu wamekula sinda sana hawakuwa anaenda shule.
As told by their neighbor Cecilia Wanjiro, their father is yet to be seen after escaping death in the hands of neighbors for allegedly plotting to kill his 3 sons. They say that whatever has a beginning has an end too, and for this family, their years of struggle have finally come to an end after Embu woman representative Njoki Njeru came to their rescue.
Nikaenda kwao, nikakuta yule mama ambaye nawaangalia ni mama mkongwe wa over 80 years. Hajiwezi hata kusimama, ni shinda, ni mgonjwa. Huyo nikamchukua kwa kwanza nikampeleka hospitali. Akaenda akaangaliwa hospitali, akafanyiwa tests, akaonekana hata hana damu. Anakaa tu ile tu ana nguvu. Kwa hivyo akorunyenjes level 4, tunachanga damu, aweze kuwekwa damu na aweze kupata nafuu, na tumepitia hapo tukimwangalia. Hao watoto wengine nikiwaacha hapo walikuwa analiwa, nauliza na wao kesho nitawaendea waende shule. Na nimesikia ni 10 years, ile 9 years wako supposed kuwa kidato cha juu. Lakini vile imani haiwezi chukua below class 4, sasa singewatetea wakuje hapa, hata mimi ningekuwa nimekosa adabu. Kwa sababu watakuja watasoma namna gani. Kwa hivyo nimewaletea mtoto ambaye hata mkimwangalia tu, he is a leader by himself.
Victor Fundi, the eldest grandson, gives a glimpse of his joy after being enrolled at Imani Christian School. Njoki has called on the government authorities to spread their wings to school-going children facing difficulties. The Ministry of Health has also been urged to implement low NHIF rates as promised by the Kenya Kwanza government.
Wakati huu tunajua kuna mambo ya matibabu, na matibabu pia imekuwa ya gharama kuu zaidi, na serikali ikiwa imetuahidi ya kwamba itagharamia mambo ya matibabu kupitia kandi ya NHIF kutoka kiwango cha 500 kwa kila mwezi na iteremshe hadi 160 kwa mwezi. Kwa hivyo ningeomba serikali vile ilituahidi na vile iliahidi wana Kenya wote iweze kuteremsha pesa hiyo, kiwango hicho cha 500 kila mwezi, na pia ihakikisha kwamba kila mwananchi wa Kenya atakuwa analipa kiwango cha 160 kila mwezi, kwa sababu matibabu imekuwa ni gharama kuu zaidi.
For Look Up TV, my name is Abigail Shearer.
The death toll in the Lodwar Maralal accident has climbed to 18. This is after 3 more people lost their lives after the Saturday fatal accident. The accident occurred after the lorry they were traveling in lost control and swerved off the road, crashing into a culvert. Phoebe Wangombe now reports.
The death toll that occurred in Lodwar Kakuma Highway has risen to 18 after 3 more people died while receiving treatment at the Lodwar Referral Hospital, hence increasing the number of people who have so far lost their lives to 18. Today, The bereaved families stand up to view the bodies of their loved ones.
Nimeona watu mochari wamelala, watu wangu ni 4. Walikuwa hapa Lodo, walikuwa na shughuli ya watoto wanafunzi wa shule. Sasa walikuwa narudi manyumbani huko Kaikor.
The distraught families have expressed grief, saying it is a great disaster that has hit Turkana County, with some families losing up to 4 people. These families are now asking the government to help them transport the bodies for interment.
Ninaomba sana serikali ya county na serikali kuu ikaweze kuangazia maneno haya, maana si tu jambo hili hili jambo tu limetokea maeneo haya, bali liliweza tena kutokea siku nyingine, na hii imekuwa mazoea ya madereva, na ili hali gari hilo lilikuwa limejaza vifaa vingi sana, na hilo jambo serikali, naomba sana serikali ikaweze kuangazia jambo hilo. Kama gari limebeba mzigo, tafadhali isibebe abiria. Ni ombi letu sisi kama wakaazi. Tunaomba sana serikali ya county ikiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Jeremiah Morkai, tafadhali tunaomba kaweze kuangazia hilo jambo, maana watu wengi wameweza kuadhiriwa na watu wengi wameweza kupoteza watu wao.
Polisi wa trafiki wanafaa kuzingatia sheria ya barabara, kuhakikisha kwamba waabiri na magari ambayo inatumika ni yale imetimiza sheria zote za barabara.
Phoebe Wangombe, Look Up TV.
Moving on, President William Ruto on Tuesday held a meeting at State House with World Bank delegation led by the Regional Vice President for Eastern and Southern Africa, who recognized the Hustler Fund in cushioning the vulnerable in the society. The President welcomed the bank's financial support and technical assistance, which will run into the expected to go along the way in making the fund more inclusive and transformative to millions of Kenyans. Well, it's about time for us to get some sporting action. And the round 15 of the Kenya Premier League will go down tomorrow with midweek fixture taking place. Ringing champion Tusker face Gor Mahia at Moi International Sports Centre, Kasarani. Gor Mahia have played 12 games while Tusker have taken home 15 games. Gor Mahia are looking forward to reduce the gap between them and leaders Nzoia Sugar, who settled for a draw last weekend.
Assault him, but